Alright guys, you might remember we completed the mission to destroy the power
Your mission
plant.
was a success. Just about the only bright side of the operation, unfortunately. Report to Manderley for a briefing.
And we're back here at UNATCO, talking to these dudes who are robots or cyborgs or something, I don't know.
You are a sensitive matter. Leave the interrogations to Mr. Simons. You are authorized to receive your orders from Joseph Manderley, after which you will return to the helipad.
Simons, you guys from DC? What agency?
Please proceed to Manderley's office. We will expect to see you shortly.
Yeah, so that's not suspicious or anything. Now, I pre-edited all this because the original cut was an hour long. There's not a whole lot of action in this part of the game. It's actually where the game clicked for me, because at first I was like, well, this game's cool and all, but I just don't quite feel it. But at this point, I really started to like it, because you start to do more, I guess, federal agent, detective-y type things. You talk to people, you gather information. There was a little bit of that in the previous mission, but there's more of that in this mission, and it just feels more cohesive and more like a game where you're a federal agent of some kind trying to hunt something down and catch criminals and stuff. So, kind of worked for me. I think this mission, I think the earlier missions should have been more like this. And then later in the game, we should have had a little more shooting. But, you know, that's okay.
Keeps getting worse, too.
It works out well either way.
The NSF aren't kidding around. How you holding up?
Fine. I lost one of the privates because a refrigeration unit went down. That's always hard.
You've got a lot on your hands. Don't beat yourself up over faulty equipment.
Yeah, so I guess science has come a long way, because this guy here got shot.
I took a few hits tonight. The doc had to operate.
We'll get well soon, soldier.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know, he took a few hits. He's just standing around like, oh, I had to get a little operation.
Thanks for talking to my friend. He admires you.
So there's not a whole lot in here. I'm just kind of exploring, see if I can find anything. I went through this area a little bit more thoroughly this time around, and I did find something. There's an upgrade in here. Eventually I remember what key my lockpick was bound to, and I picked the lock. I'm going to have to put some points into lockpicking and stuff soon, so I can kind of get more mileage out of them, I guess. It's a hard choice because you always want to put points in your weapon, but at the same time you need other things. That was a recoil mod too, which I'm sure is helpful. Not all that great for a pistol, but I mean, hey, if I were using like a shotgun or, well, maybe not so much a shotgun. I guess it would help a little. If I were using a rifle of some sort, it would be a little bit better.
I was here first.
Mr. Manderley is in a meeting, JC. You'll have to wait.
I was told to report for a debriefing.
A debriefing. Do not worry. I will state in my report that I was satisfied with your performance.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird how she's like
You'll have to wait
acting
a minute.
like she's
Mr.
the
Manderley is
boss.
busy.
Be quiet.
A lot of these
I can't
UNATCO
listen.
agents are a little demented.
Just fire the arrogant son of a bitch.
I wasn't exaggerating. He's our best agent.
We don't need him. We've got his brother, and more are on the way.
He knows nothing.
I think he does. You should never have sent him to Hong Kong.
Let's be sensible. We have to look at the whole record.
Look, I understand. He was your pet project, but it's out of my hands. Now that the shipment's been lost.
I know. I will comply with the order.
That's all I ask. Carry on. I'm going downstairs to interrogate the prisoners.
I cannot wait forever.
Yeah, so that's the bad guy we saw in the intro video to the game. He's a real strange duck.
Carry on, Agent.
I like how they designed him, though.
Agent Denton, at your service.
Denton. Yes, I hear you're turning out to be quite an asset to the Coalition.
Doing my best, sir. Forgive me, but I do not believe I know your name.
We aren't ready for an introduction yet. No, it's It's not time. Just keep your nose to the pavement. You'll be well rewarded. Trust me.
He must be like really cyborged out because he has all the blue shit on his
I
head.
am next. I am losing valuable time.
Yeah. So we'll go talk to Manderley. After getting this nano key, I don't know what it does, but might as well steal it. Manderley's an asshole anyway.
Hello, JC. Come in. Clerical task first. Your op bonus is split between the Castle Clinton and warehouse objectives, 500 each. You get the full 1,000 plus 200 for how you handle the hostage situation in the Battery Park subway station. Good work across the board.
Thank you, sir. Who was that you were meeting with?
Politics, bureaucracy, mismanagement. JC, I've got some bad news. The mission failed.
I would have taken out that JoJo punk, but he wasn't even in the warehouse.
Never mind that. He slipped out before you even got to New York.
What about the shipment?
I'm just going to say it straight, JC. Your brother screwed up. We got nothing, and he's taking the heat this time. The Coalition is letting him go.
What went wrong?
We don't know. He hasn't reported back. The rest of the strike force says he lost his nerve.
I think he was trying to avoid casualties. In Hell's Kitchen, instead of clips for the troops, he was issuing tear gas.
Whatever the case, now it's your turn. We've got one more chance to retake that shipment.
Has it been located?
Get any equipment you need from Carter, then take the chopper back to the city. We know they plan to put the Ambrosia on a plane, but we don't know which airfield.
Where should I start?
If I were the NSF, I'd be moving it through the subways, the abandoned parts of the infrastructure.
I'll check out the subways.
I have been waiting for 20 minutes.
Yeah, so we gotta do a bit of exploration.
What is it?
A new assignment.
These two, like, I'm beginning to think that UNATCO is very corrupt because you have these two talking about
His
killing and
enthusiasm in
assassinating
Battery Park
people.
was exceptional.
Of course, that's
The corridor to
basically what I
Castle
did at
Clinton
Castle
was a
Clinton, which is
graveyard.
what she's commenting on.
This kind of
If
exercise.
I used the
I think it
crank
will
dart
make a good
more, I guess they
assassin.
would have
We should give
been
him
less
the opportunity.
pleased. But, you know, hey, that's life.
Our pilot Jock is waiting for you at the helipad.
I might try to
I am
trank
anxious
people
to see one
a
of the
little bit
experimental
more in this
agents
game.
perform.
You aren't alone.
Just because I don't want to be totally evil. And you do kind of get punished. Like, this guy here is not going to give me a whole lot of stuff because he's not happy how I handled things.
Agent Denton, marvelous. In addition to an accuracy weapon modification, I've got some 7.62mm rounds and a couple of multi-tools.
Mr. Carter, I can't tell you how great it is to be a part of UNATCO. You should have seen the fighting in Castle Clinton.
Yeah?
I cleaned the place out.
Went in shooting, huh? I guess that's what this agency is known for.
I never thought I'd see this much action in one mission.
In my day, international peacekeepers were citizens first and soldiers second. You can forget about that extra ammo. I'm only going to give you the multi-tools. I think you should concentrate more on mission objectives and less on the enemy body count.
Yeah, so as you see, he's really not happy. We still get the multi-tool and the accuracy mod. So it's not a big deal. Like, the ammo, like, I don't even use that ammo. So, you know, so what? But, you know, maybe later on you don't get certain things that are important. I actually don't know. It is balanced out, though, because Manderley will give you more money for killing people. So, you know, they kind of do give you some options.
Got your equipment. Now move out.
Now, there is a PS2 version of this game, and I kind of
I don't
knew
think you're
this.
supposed to be down here, Agent.
Well, actually, we'll get to this first.
question.
They already asked. I don't know.
One must admire a man who can keep a secret because he has value. What you know more than others makes money and gives you a measure of power.
You Walton Simons? You think I could be bribed?
Margaret Forsyth under NSF protection in Queens. Your son Richard attending Bronx Science. You see, I have a few relevant facts myself. Care to make a trade?
You wouldn't dare.
I'll give you 2 seconds to decide. Get out of it, Denton.
Yeah,
This isn't
so,
your
you know, you
business.
can kind of eavesdrop on him and watch him interrogate this guy. That was mostly the important stuff right there.
Time's up. Where is the NSF taking the Ambrosia?
They asked me already. I don't know.
Need I remind you that in the case of a national emergency, FEMA has a list of 6 million Americans who will be transported to detention centers? Your tabloids call it RX-84.
Yeah, including the President, Congress, and the Supreme Court.
In my position, I find it very easy to add names to that list.
Go to hell.
If you had any doubts that he's evil,
The United States
pretty
government
much
has had emergency powers since World War II.
allayed by
It's
now,
never
I
left a
guess.
state of war.
Speak for yourself. The federal government is just responding to a threat.
A government should be about more than self-perpetuation.
You will confess, by the way. I don't like to dirty my hands with that sort of thing, but you will confess.
Yeah, so as I was saying, there is a PS2 version of this game and the sequel.
Certain intellectual
I
property,
might have
aside from the quantities of
played that
vaccine,
one if I had
concern me
realized that.
deeply. Has the NSF made
But I'm
any
kind of
attempt
glad
at
I got
reverse
this one
engineering?
because
Leave
I
me
bought it
alone.
on Steam and it's like, well, you know, some money goes to the people who made it if you do that. If I were to buy a used copy of the PS2 version, or of course downloaded the ISO, you know, it wouldn't really go to the developers. So, you know, I think this was maybe a better, more honest way of doing things.
Let's go.
Of course, I do emulate a lot, so I don't really have a problem with that, but I like to buy the actual games when it's an option. So maybe I will do the sequel on the PS2 eventually. That might be pretty cool. So here we are back at Battery Park.
Dropping you in Battery Park. We know the NSF were moving material through here at one point. Seems like a good place to start looking.
And we basically have to find where the Ambrosia's hidden.
I saw you earlier. You're the guy they sent into the
You
subway
gotta
station.
love this voice acting. I love the voice acting from this era in gaming because they didn't really have a whole lot of money in these games yet to pay for like better voice actors.
We lost the
So
battle
you get a
today.
lot of like
I admit it. Yes.
really weird
You with the
kind
NSF?
of like
Had myself a division,
B-movie
mind you,
style
back
voice
when we were
acting.
the Northwest Secessionist Forces. Years ago. They thought they had us licked. Like they think they have us licked tonight. But look at me, young sir. We're God's army. And what infernal devil can stop God's army?
Well, you take care of yourself.
Found me two 30-06 clips. Now all I need's a gun, and then it's me and Satan. Yes, Satan. One last look into the devil's red eyes.
Sounds like you served God admirably in the
I think that
Northwest War.
dude's been drinking too many of
You should
those
let a soldier
40s
from the
laying
younger
around
generation
on the
take the
ground
clips off your
there.
hands.
Or maybe he's
What do
been
you
doing
want
that,
Huh?
what's that stuff in this
You
game,
mean
Zyme?
You want to buy them?
It's had a little too much Zyme and too
Guess
many
I'd take
40s.
about 300 for each one.
Of course, I don't need those bullets at all, so I'm like,
I'll check
yeah,
back with
come
you
back later. Now, so we just have to find a way into the secret area in the subway. We'll go down here and we'll see someone who's familiar, I think. I think he was in another episode. I kind of recognize him from before. Of course, all these people look a little bit the same, so it's hard to say.
Thanks again for the key.
It wasn't a favor. I was well paid.
A real patriot.
I see it like this. It all balances out. UNATCO's just as much gun freaks as the militias. And if everybody's gonna shoot it out, fine, so long as neither side wins and takes over the whole country.
The goal of UNATCO is not conquest. It's the safety of ordinary people like yourself.
I know an army when I see one. Look, I'll be blunt. Got any cash? There's a secret passage behind that phone booth over there. For 500, I'll tell you where to get the code.
Yeah, I didn't want to pay him, so I was like, I'm not interested. I'll just find the code somewhere else. I think you can also hack it with multi-tools, which I didn't really have. I didn't find it, so I just came back and paid him the money.
We think
There might be another way to get it, though.
You heard anything about that?
Nothing I can put a price on. UNATCO already thinks it's Juan Lebedev.
Lebedev?
I don't know who else it could be. He owns a whole terminal at LaGuardia. Manderley's been trying to bump him off for years.
Since when is LaGuardia for sale?
City had some debts a few years back. There's always a buyer. But Lebedev's small time. He can't buy off the big politicians like a Bob Page.
Who does he buy off?
People lower down, but useful. Some of your buddies at UNATCO, actually.
Who?
You can't afford that one. How about that phone code?
Yeah, so I cave and buy
Sure.
it.
500 for where I can find the code to the phone booth.
Talk to Curly in the shantytown at Battery Park. He's from the Mole People settlement. You have to give him the password Underworld.
Mole People.
The NSF are allied with the Mole People?
They both hate the feds, but that's it. The moles don't want a war. They just want to be left alone in the tunnels.
Aiding and sympathizing. Just as bad as being a terrorist yourself, in my opinion.
I doubt the NSF gave them much choice.
Yeah, so we'll learn more about that. Now this guy was kind of hard to find, actually, because, well, like I said, they all look the same.
You Curly?
Yeah, what do you want?
I heard you have the code to the phone booth in the subway.
You want to go down to the Brooklyn Bridge Station? That's near the Mole People settlement. You need the Mole password.
The Mole
Why
password.
the name Mole People?
They call us that because we live underground. Like they're some kind of superior beings or something because they got more money than we do.
Underworld is the password.
Why didn't you say so? The phone code's MOLE. That's 665 tree.
Thanks.
When you get to the Brooklyn Bridge Station, talk to Charlie. He'll get you into the tunnels where we live.
Yes, I probably should have talked to Charlie. I didn't think of that, though. And I did wander around a little bit, trying to figure out what to do, who to talk to, how to find the way in. Of course, that trash can gets in my way. Luckily, I can just pick them up and throw them. Yeah, it would have taken 5 multi-tools to open that thing, which I don't have. But, you know, hey, just had to pay 500 credits. I don't really find credits terribly useful in this game anyway. A lot of times they just kind of offer you random items, and it's never like 10mm ammo, and very rarely is it trank darts, so I'm just like, oh, it'd be nice if you sold me some med kits. Maybe we'll get some. When I do the next portion of the game, I'm going to be a little more careful and a little more stealthy. Try to kind of conserve things a little bit. Of course, there's almost no fighting in this episode. I don't know what's going on here. Oh yeah, this is... Basically, you go into a shaft, and you have to climb up.
After the quakes, the homeless drifted down here. Junkies, runaways, grifters. There's a DSS file a mile long on this place. Some of them, the so-called Mole People, have permanent living quarters in an adjacent tunnel system not on my map.
Yeah, so you get this junkie here.
Hey man, you got any Zyme?
Don't have any Zyme.
Just a little bit? A crumb?
I said you're out of luck.
I should have held on to some of the Zyme I found laying around. I go up here and talk to this friendly gangster.
What is it?
You on Rook's territory now. Just so you know.
You call yourselves Rooks?
That's right. Up here, it's business. You want to do business? Talk to El Rey.
I'll keep that in mind.
El Rey. Well, it sounds like some kind of like hillbilly name. But yeah, so we're gonna meet some friendly guy over here. I don't know, he reminds me of a character from another show or something. It doesn't quite
need, bro? Vials are
click though.
I'll take a vial of Zyme.
Mess you.
Mess you up. That should be a meme.
Rock's the name, guy. Anything you want.
Know where I can find the Mole People?
Good neighbors keep each other's business private.
You want to set a price?
I'm a good neighbor. You want to buy something or not?
Maybe later.
Yeah, so that guy is all cyborged up too. Like, it's interesting to see characters like that, because you wonder what their story is. Like, I guess he can afford it though.
Hey man, you got any Zyme?
Take a vial.
Oh, cool. Thanks,
Looks
man.
like a Morrowind
Now
character.
maybe you can calm down for a second and tell me how to get to the Mole People hideout.
Yeah, sure. They're in the tunnels.
And?
The keypad's under the sink in the woman's bathroom. Everybody knows that.
The code.
Got me. The mole people keep me out because they don't like Zyme.
I don't like Zyme. I know I reference Morrowind a lot, but like the way the faces are done and stuff like that make me think of that game. Of course, this game looks better than Morrowind. Like, at least the people look better. A little bit. I would say I like Morrowind's
I'm looking for the mole people.
You don't want to
areas and stuff a little bit better.
Too political.
I don't need a place to camp.
I started the mole people. I was there first. And then they made up committees that throw people out just because they don't like the way you look.
How do I find them?
Don't bother. They're elitist. And now the NSF is down there too.
You know you've hit like the bottom of the barrel when you think the mole people are elitist. Maybe we should just give that guy like a lamb or something and he can just run into the tunnel and blow himself up. That might be a good choice for him. And I'm really not too sure where to go at this point. And I just take a while to explore this place. I find this guy, though.
You have a problem?
Get out! I got a bomb.
A bomb's a bad choice for close-range combat.
Might as well use it. Rock says I owe him. He won't even give me one vial for it.
What kind of bomb?
I think they said it was called a lamb.
You looking to trade?
I gotta, man. I need a vial of Zyme.
Yeah. The crackheads in this game are great. Of course, this is kind of weird.
Leave me alone.
I was just trying to find some ammo or an upgrade or something. You walk into some poor kid using the bathroom. That's a little creepy. A little creepy there, game developers.
I've got the plague.
Got the plague. This is getting to like Grand Theft Auto levels of like goofy voice clips and stuff. That game would have probably spawned like many a meme if memes were like much of a thing back then. Of course they did exist, but they weren't really as prevalent as they are now. And we do find the number pad in here. It's pretty well hidden, actually. Like, you wouldn't just happen to see it if you were walking by it. But it is right there. And I did try the same number on it. And I was like, oh shit, really? So I looked around a little bit to find the next passcode. And that actually meant having a little bit of excitement in this part of the playthrough, actually. It's maybe the only bit of action in it.
The individualist. I do better on my own.
Come on, bro. No cops down here.
I kind of really botched things with this guy.
Back to jail.
Let's try some word association. First word, ambrosia.
Bitch, I ain't going back to jail.
Oh, I don't want to kill this guy. He's so funny. He did get quite a few shots on me, though, because I was not expecting him to just start shooting me. So, like I said, I wish I handled that a little differently.
All I want's one right now. Just one vial.
Suppose I could part with a vial of Zyme if you'll give me the lamb.
You got some?
That Zyme must be some good shit.
Let's see the lamb.
Take it, man. Whatever.
I mean, if
Where's
you're
the
like,
Zyme?
you know, I imagine he stole that friggin' landmine. So, like, if you're like stealing landmines and shit to get Zyme, damn. I mean, I guess what do you expect from people living in an abandoned subway? Here we'll explore the gangster area a little bit.
Just take it easy, bro. Be cool.
What's up?
What's up? I love this show. This is hilarious. Yeah. I think it would be a lot of fun just to go through this game.
You want to talk to El Rey? That's cool.
Just to go through this game like guns blazing and mow everyone and everything down. I don't know how well it would work.
You ain't all that.
Hey, bro, what's with the get-up?
I'm from out of town. I hear the NSF are operating around here somewhere. Know anything about it?
I guess I've seen them, but that's it. You a militia type? I can hook you up with some explosives. Serious stuff, man.
How much?
Whoa, 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 whoa. We ain't talking firecrackers, understand? What I got, it comes from a guy at UNATCO. Hardcore munitions and shit.
How much?
I got a lamb. You know what that is? $750.
Pretty steep for secondhand goods.
Either that or you work for it. You into fighting? I need someone to take care of the dealer downstairs.
Already dead.
Yeah? You killed him?
Just another parasite.
Hot damn. That guy you just killed? He's been in my way for months. Now I got the whole station. You can have the lamb. Now I can afford me a GEP gun.
Get me a GEP gun.
Think you're bad, strutting around Rook's turf.
It'd be great just to like cattle prod her.
No one up here is looking for a fight.
It'd be hilarious.
Back off. You have business, talk to El Rey.
El Rey probably has some good loot too.
I hear the NSF are using the Mole People hideout as a base.
Are you the feds? We don't need a war down here.
I work for UNATCO.
Well, the NSF come through here, but they don't bother us. If we need help with anything, it's our plumbing. We lost pressure because of the explosions on South Street.
Tough break. You tell me about the NSF, and I'll put in a word with the city about the water.
The city don't know we got water, and they don't need to know. How about you fix it, and then I'll talk?
I don't have much time.
I would open the valve myself, but there was a cave-in. Utility door's blocked. It's up at the north end of the tracks, in case you want to take a look.
Clearing a tunnel. That would require explosives.
It could be done. A lamb would do the trick. It's just that I'm not gonna be the one to talk to the Rooks. They'd probably sell us one, but they don't like people going into their turf, which is the whole upper level.
Yeah, so we basically did everything completely ass backwards. I should have talked to that guy first. Then, like, gotten everything else. It doesn't really matter, though. It's just kind of funny that I happen to have the lambs and everything else I need at the very end. Maybe I didn't do it ass backwards. Come to think about it, it actually worked out better than talking to him first. So, yeah, ignore that statement. But, you know, this is just about at the end here. I figured I'd save the part with the mole people for another episode. Because, like I said, this was about an hour-long video until I edited down. I'm going to try to trim it down a little more. But by that point I was like, well, you know, I really want to get this story stuff in. And everything else can just wait for a little bit. So we just have to chuck the lamb in here. I actually messed up earlier, and I threw the lamb against the boulders that are adjacent to the door. Something interesting did happen though. It actually blew up a bit of the boulder. So I thought that was kind of a cool touch that they put in. Of course, it didn't blow up enough of it to actually do anything. But it's nice that they actually did that. Yeah, so there we go. And we're just about to get to the mole people here. But first we have to go in here and turn these vents off. Or not the vents, we have to turn the water back on. Now you can actually go through a big pipe over there, but you'd have to pick the lock to get out of it. And I was just like, well, screw that. I'm just going to jump over the steam and get burned. We're also getting a lot of skill points, which is great. probably not going to be able to pump gun up to master, or pump the pistols up to master, but we'll do something similar, I guess. Maybe put some points into lock picking.
The water line should be open
like
now. Good. Glad to see you UNETCO boys do something for the community.
Now, can you tell me about the NSF?
The NSF? Yeah, they took over our tunnels.
How do I get there?
Go to the women's restroom on the other side of the station. Look for a keypad under the sink. Combination's 5482.
Great.
I wonder if that spells something out. Yeah, so we're just about at the end here. Of course, we put in the combination, and, well, you'll see what happens. I love how you can see JC in the mirror. It always catches me off guard. There we go. You don't see that much in games. I don't know why. Maybe it's annoying to put into a game. But yeah, so this is the Mole People area. So thank you so much for watching, guys. We will do some fighting and stuff in the next episode. So until next time, good luck and happy gaming.
Mess you up.